This Sunday is the second Sunday in Lent. And this is a little bit of a esoteric kind of parsing our verbiage, but it is somewhat significant to know that we have 4 Sundays of Advent. They are of the season. We have Sundays of Christmas, because of course Christmas is a season, and of course those 7 Sundays of Easter. The reason that we say a second Sunday in the season of Lent, not of Lent, is because every Sunday is a celebration of resurrection. Every Sunday is a mini Easter. And since Easter is pretty different than the season of Lent, that's why we say that those are seasons in Lent. And in fact, we think of Lent as being 40 days and 40 nights, echoing Noah's time in the ark and Jesus' time in the wilderness. The way you get to 40 days from Ash Wednesday up to Easter Sunday is by omitting those Sundays in that period. So those Sundays are standing apart from the season a bit. So they are the Sundays in the Lenten season, not of the Lenten season. So every chance that we have to come together on a Sunday morning, even though we are observing this season, this penitent season of Lent, it's a time for joy and to celebrate resurrection and the Eucharist, our communion with God and our communion with each other. And we hope that these mini refreshments all through the season are things that will nourish your soul as we go all through this Lenten journey. In the second Sunday in this Lenten cycle, we will be speaking specifically about faith. And we will hear Paul's letter to the Romans where he says that it is not the law that justifies us, but our faith. And then in the gospel, this wonderful dialogue that Jesus has at night with Nicodemus, who comes to him in secret. And even though these were events that we think probably happened very close to the end of Jesus' life, they appear at the very beginning of John's gospel. And of course, we all are very familiar with that passage from the discourse of John 3:16, for God so loved the world. And yet the conversation that he and Nicodemus have is much more expansive than that, and talking about God's care for us and our ability, our opportunity to rely solely on the grace of God and to have that faith. All of these are richly commented about by the psalm that is appointed for the day, and that's Psalm 121. I will lift up my eyes to the hills, from whence is my help to come? And of that thought of looking to something greater than yourself, in this sense God, and that our faith lets us know that our help and our sustenance comes from that. So in addition to chanting that psalm at the appropriate place, the choir will also be singing a wonderful setting of these words by the popular composer John Rutter. This is really much more of kind of an expansive, almost orchestral kind of a setting, and it starts off with this long organ prelude, and it has these chords that sort of are a little bit of a knowing wink to the beginning of the slow movement from Dvorak's New World Symphony. You might hear just a bit of an echo of that piece of music. And then that leads to a B-flat major chord, and then this beautiful melody that comes in on an off-kilter 7/4, 7 pulses to the measure. So it's not quite like an even walk, as if maybe one of your feet were a little bit short, or your legs were shorter than the other. Very beautiful and expressive setting of these comforting words that go all through that psalm. And of course, in addition to that, we have lots of wonderful hymns and another choral anthem, Stainer's setting of God So Loved the World. A lot of things for us to think about and to live into that space of faith and trust in God's mercy and grace for us. So we hope that as you are still at the beginning stages of this Lenten journey, you will come and worship with us here at St. John's Cathedral, 8 o'clock Rite 1 in the chapel, 10:30 online on the local cable channel, or certainly here in person in the Cathedral Church. We look forward to worshiping with you this Sunday.